Best part.
So what we have here is 2 vanguards and a marksman.
Once or twice.
2 vanguards and a marksman as well, so it's going to be pretty even teams, except they've got Kane and Cecil as well. Looks like both teams got Kane and Cecil, which is pretty interesting. And I think the marksmen here are going to be the key ones, because they're going to give them the most defense in the game. Give them the most offensive capabilities, I mean, sorry. So you can already see here that Bloody hell, this pizza's gone right down my throat, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so Edgemus here is kind of throwing out a couple of projectiles again, trying to keep their opposing team at bay, which is, you know, pretty much how you want to play a marksman. I like how the blue team as well are actually protecting him as well. They're staying quite close to him just to make sure that he's not kind of left on his own. It seems like the red team did manage to break through their barriers though, and kind of split up the blue team there. So at this point now, Edge is actually on his own, but he's not, and I think at this point he should probably try and regroup. If anything, I think the whole blue team should probably regroup with each other as well. And to be honest, it seems like both red and blue are kind of leaving their marksmen out in the open. For reasons like that alone, you can see that. Shit, this fucking spectating thing's a pain in the arse. Here we go. Where's he gone? There we go. Yeah. So Terror's going to go in, looking pretty good. I think Devil-Mish at this time, at this point, everyone on the red team needs to be a little bit careful because their MVP at the moment is about to get a KO, and she actually does against the Cloud of Darkness as well. So that's pretty big, massive takedown there. They're now running around 2 characters on the field, and since the blue team are kind of regrouped together, they do have a little bit of defense, especially for Edge, who is actually kind of on his own. Although in this case, I do think that Mag needs to be a little bit careful with Edge, because Edge and Met now, because they're both actually rocking 2.5k bravery, which is actually a kill on him. So if he's not careful, they can swoop up behind him, and it looks like you can see Met's already looking at him. If you look on the mini map there, you can see Edge is actually looking at him while spectating. So at this point here, what he's doing is he's keeping. Who the fuck am I spectating? Met?
Nope.
God, I really should. Yeah. So, so in this case, that Mag actually needs to be a little bit careful of the Cloud of Darkness, who was actually watching him while doing the spectate. But nice to see that the team actually did manage to help him out there and kind of get the bravery off him. So the only character he needs to watch out now for is Edge, and it seems like at this point he is actually going to challenge that as well. It doesn't matter that he could potentially die here, but he doesn't win in the end. Honestly, that's not really a play I would recommend. I'd say that if anything, I think Mag should probably actually have regrouped back to his team, and then all of them try to take out Edge, who, as he did have the highest amount of bravery, especially as well because the summon is out, and the summon is actually against the red team as well. So really, if anything, Mag probably should have stayed back there, maybe helped out his team. If anything now though, the whole red team needs to be careful of Cloud of Darkness, who is actually running high anti-air high particle beam. That is going to hit very high and very fast as well, and it does like a small kind of area of effect around her. So you have to really respect it. It's a really nice HP attack, and I think what Met is doing now, is that he's actually looking to try and get this kill. There is a chance that Chrissy can actually get a kill on Met, so if anything, which she does as well, just as I said it. It's nice to see that Chrissy actually played the typical kind of marksman character with carrying the bravery, and then went for the big character that was on their team, in which this case it was Mag, who again was rocking, you know, so much kill on their team. So honestly, Chrissy really helps out the team there. Really nice to see her kind of staying back, but also realising she can get a kill. It looks like she's also can potentially get a kill on Devil-Mish as well. And if anything, Devil-Mish needs to be a little bit careful, because there is a chance that he can actually get killed by at least 2 people in the opposing team. And if he does get KO'd, that is going to be final, and that is it. That's Tiger and Claw. That is a KO into a wall splat. Why? Why would you do this? You guys are keeping me from eating my pizza as well on my days. I want this. I think MVP there was Chrissy that round. She definitely made sure that she wanted to take out the Cloud of Darkness, who could potentially have turned the game around as well. So really good stuff from Chrissy. Nice to see that going off there. So going off from round 2 now. This is what I want to see more of. I want to see more of the blue team sticking together. It seems like in this case that Devil seems to be doing his own kind of thing here. It looks like maybe he's trying to get through the defences of the red team, sorry. And in this case he was actually targeting Chrissy as well. So now he's managed to split them up. He's going to get a nice Octo Slash here, which is going to be a bit of a problem. Although Chrissy stays mid Octo Slash. Holy shit! Yeah, that was amazing. Again, amazing stuff from Chrissy. That was incredible. Such an just chucking out the HP attack, because again, for those who don't know, when you do Octo Slash, you have to commit to the full attack. You only get the damage confirmation once the final hit goes off. So to see Chrissy recognise that and get an HP attack to stop and save her own teammate is huge. Such a massive play there. I love that. So good again, and this is definitely Chrissy's game so far. It's nice to see as well that this time Devil did actually realise that he could have got after the wall splat, he could have gotten the KO, but instead was I think he was kind of respecting what happened previously from Chrissy. So I don't think it's nice to see that he didn't actually go for Octo Slash and didn't overextend himself and played a little bit safe. So it's nice to see that, you know, he kind of just gave a little bit of respect there. Again, you don't always have to go for the kill. You can get the wall splat. At least that we've divided up the team. We can see here as well. Speaking in team division, it seems like the blue team and the red team are kind of doing a 2v2 versus a 1v1. You can see we've got we've got Mag squaring off against Met in this case, the Cecil. So it's going to be interesting to see what goes off here. He does go for a Titan Claw, does actually whiff. It looks like he really just wants to get that KO on Met himself. He really wants to take out the Emperor, really wants to try and get that kill there. He knows that he can get a kill against the blue team, and if anything, I think the blue team need to be a bit careful overall. Maybe they need to get a bit more defensive with their kind of composition here, because you can see that if you look at the minimap, all of them are divided up. They all need to probably stay a little bit together. They've all got very low health. I mean, all of them can be KO'd quite easily, and they don't really have each other's backs. So say, for example, if Sephiroth does get an Octo Slash, you can't really just dash in and help your teammate out, because there is a chance you could also get KO'd in the process as well. So if anything, I think the blue team need to kind of come back together and try and not get KO'd from stuff like that as well, because now basically at this point they're just chipping away at life, and I think the red team actually realise they've got the upper hand here. Honestly, I do think the red team have got this. It depends on how much respect the blue team have. They do need to push a little bit more though. They do need to be a little bit careful. Actually, I think they need to be very careful, because pretty much every character on the red team can KO every character on the blue team. So I think the blue team actually need to push forward a little bit more on this, but also kind of respect and know their limitations without limiting themselves too much. But again, for reasons like this alone, at the moment it's now Devilmish running around in his own. He is potentially able to get KO'd by nearly every character on the opposing team. He does go for an Octo Slash here. I wouldn't really recommend that, again, for reasons like that, because Mag comes up, Spickle comes up behind and gets a Tiger and Claw. So honestly, not really the best kind of choice of manoeuvre there. I think what he should have done is got the wall splat, then ran back to his team. But oh well,
saved my ass.
I get to eat pizza anyway at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You guys like literally 1 point off, like 4,000 points.